The text came at suba ki du beige ka sathra minute. Please don't come. The family wants a wedding.
And then the little blue icon, my sister's
There is
light.
a special kind of bean that doesn't scream.
It doesn't beg.
It doesn't break
It
things.
sits quietly in your chest and teaches you how to breathe with.
I stared at that message for a long time, wondering when exactly I became the old drama in my own family's story.
I wondered when I turned from daughter to inconvenience,
from sister to threat, from blood to
weddings
button.
are supposed to be about love,
About unity, about family.
but for me,
it became the moment I realized I was never part of the family
they were trying to protect.
And the worst part, they didn't even try to hide it. I read the message again and again, as if the words might rearrange themselves into something.
Kingdom, please don't
The family wants everything.
No sorry, no explanation.
No concern for how I might feel. Just a polite way of saying you don't belong here.
My hands started shaking,
and I didn't know if it was anger or heartbreak. I sat on the edge of my bed,
phone glowing in the dark,
and suddenly I was 16 again, standing in the kitchen while my mother whispered to
and
mine.
that I was it too sensitive.
Maybe this is how it always starts.
Quietly.
Softly, like a crack in the wall that no one repairs. I thought about my sister Maya, her wedding, her perfect life,
Her perfect pictures, her perfect world, where I was only useful when I stayed
What
silent.
had most wasn't the message itself.
The notification beneath
Maya
it.
liked this?
She had
Yes.
seen it. She had agreed.
She had approved the idea of me staying away. I remembered helping her choose her dress, sitting beside her while she cried over tiny details, covering for her when she lied to mom,
being her shield when she was too weak to stand alone.
And now I was the drama.
I typed back.
Glitter typed
What
again.
drama? My thumb hovered over send for a long time. Then I risked everything and locked my phone, because deep down,
I already knew the answer.
The
drama was me remembering things they wanted buried.
the drama was me not pretending.
The drama was me existing without permission.
I lay down staring at the ceiling and whispered into the dark.
So this is where I stand outside.
The city was quiet inside.
My chest felt like a room with all the furniture broken.
And somewhere in another house,
my family was planning a beautiful wedding without me.
That night I didn't cry.
I just felt something go very still inside my heart. Something that would never be soft again.
2 days later, I found out I wasn't just an inviter.
I was arrested.
I was scrolling through social
media. When I saw a bride, a shower photo, my mother smiling, my aunt laughing, my cousins posing around my sister in white. The caption said family only.
I stared at the screen so hard.
My vision blood family
The
only.
words felt heavier than stones. I thought maybe mom had forgotten to tell me. Maybe it was a misunderstanding. Maybe there was still a place for me.
Somewhere in a corner of that room.
So I called her. She didn't answer.
I called again, straight to Wasmo.
10 minutes later,
she
busy.
texted,
we'll talk later.
But she wasn't too busy to be in pictures. She wasn't too busy to smile for the camera. She wasn't too busy to pretend her family was complete.
That's when the memories started rushing in.
The times I was told to adjust.
The times I was told to be mature.
The times I was told to all let it go. I was always the one asked to bend, to shrink to make things easier for everyone else.
I opened my sister's profile. She had posted a story. A video of
holding
her
her bridal bouquet and tagged everyone except me. I felt something sharp and unfamiliar rise in my chest.
It wasn't just sadness anymore.
It was clarity.
I finally understood they didn't want peace.
They wanted silence.
They didn't want.
They wanted that evening.
My uncle called me.
You should understand.
He said casually, your presence just makes things complicated.
Complicated, as if I was a broken object. As if I was something ugly that ruined the picture. I said nothing, but in my mind,
something shifted.
I stopped asking myself, what did I do wrong? And started asking,
what do they deserve?
That night,
I didn't sleep. I didn't cry.
Planned the wedding was on a Sunday.
The invitation I never received said in my email,
forwarded to me by a cousin
who felt guilty enough to tell me the truth.
And the truth was worse than I imagined.
The wedding wasn't.
It was funded by money that was never meant for my sister.
3 years ago, my grandmother had left a trust.
Half for Maya, half for
Only
me.
I never got mine. I had always thought there was no inheritance. That we were simple people.
That there was nothing to divide.
But that night,
I logged into an old email account and found messages from the lawyer. Messages I had never been told about my name, my amount, my signature for.
That's when the silence inside me finally turned into something alive.
They didn't just exclude me from the wedding. They had erased me from my own future. And suddenly I understood why they wanted me away.
Not because of drama, because of fear.
Fear that I would find out.
Fear that I would speak. Fear that I would stand.
On the morning of the wedding,
I didn't show up in address.
I showed up in a black coat and calm eyes.
I didn't walk inside the hall.
I walked to the lawyer's office. By noon, the case was filed.
Fraud, forgery,
financial abuse by evening. As my sister stood at the altar smiling for cameras, my lawyer was sending legal notices.
And while she said I do, the truth was arriving at my family's phones. Silently,
Like
coldly.
karma dressed in paperwork.
I didn't feel joy. I felt
The
peace.
kind of peace that only comes when you stop begging for love.
And start standing in truth.
3 months later,
The family group chat
too
was
quiet. I
Mom
didn't
called.
answer. My sister texted.
I
I
didn't
didn't reply. Not because I hated them, but because I no longer needed their version of love. The case moved fast.
Faster than they expected.
Turns out lies collapse quickly when they're forced into the lie.
the money wasn't just returned.
It was doubled through penalties,
interest and public shame.
but that wasn't the real victory.
The real victory was silence.
Not
their silence, mine. I stopped explaining myself. I stopped proving my worth. I stopped chasing approval. I moved to a new
a
city.
smaller apartment, a quieter life.
And for the first time, peace didn't feel like something I had to earn.
It felt like something I deserved.
That evening I received a message from my mother. We never meant to hurt you.
I read it, and for the first time,
I didn't feel anger. I didn't feel sadness.
I felt clarity.
Sometimes people don't hurt you because they're evil.
Sometimes they hurt you because they're weak. And sometimes the strongest thing you can do is walk away.
Without noise, without drama, without revenge, just dignity. Because the deepest lesson I learned from all of this was simple.
The people who beg for our lives are usually the vans hiding the mess.
And the vans they try to silence
are usually the vans who see the truth.
I didn't attend the wedding,
but I attended my own awakening.
And that changed everything.